Hi Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 74. If you are new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch. I hope you like what you see. Stick around, subscribe, like, comment, do all the things. If you're a returning friend, thank you for checking in this week and seeing what's going on. So first off, I have to address the thank yous for all of my help with the Crossstitching. I was able to find it on Etsy. I found it at a couple other places, but like I was gonna pay more for shipping than I was for the Crossstitching. So anyway, it's here, it's resolved. Sorry, I did that. I got the one I needed plus a couple more like in the future, just so it wasn't like a order. Anyway, so that's done. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about, I am so addicted to Flosstube right now. I mean, that kind of like ebbs and woes. It's part of almost my daily life. I watch Flosstube more than I do, well, I don't even watch TV. So sometimes I miss it when I hear people talk about it, but whatever. I think it's just because I miss people so much that it allows me to, like, it's humans that are on the other side talking to me and I'm getting to know about their lives. And some of them I go on and text and communicate with outside of just watching them. So because I'm addicted to it, I have found some new Flosstubers and I want to give them shout outs on here. And I'll put their names here so you can check them out. But one of the new ones is Rainy Day Stitcher. Her name is Jessica, and she lives like she's kind of like she lives like in two different locations. But she has beautiful pieces that she's stitching, and she's newish to stitching. I think she did it when she was younger, and then she kind of got back into it with the pandemic, like so many. And then the other one is Cataloging My Stitches, Kim, and she's like a library something. Sorry, Kim, if you see this. But it's interesting. I like Flosstubers that talk about their books along with their stitching, because I used to be a huge reading addict, and that's coming back, which to me is very exciting. And I sent Julie, Kansas City in a Colorado World, a message this week, and I'm like, this is all your fault. I bought one of her books, and I basically was telling her thank you, because I'm falling back in love with my reading. I actually now definitely read for a little bit before I go to bed, which has turned into me sleeping better. So it's crazy how, it's just crazy. It's crazy how things come, ebb and flow and come back and whatnot. So one of the other reasons, and this is nothing stitching related, one of the other reasons I think I'm starting to sleep better is because of this. And I'm not going to be able to show it to you, but I have been a Fitbit wearer for years, and I would upgrade, and when they started tracking my sleep, I was like, I would wake up every single morning and I'd look at how I slept last night, and I would be like, oh, I slept crappy, and it's almost like it set my tone for the day. This doesn't tell me that. This is the Apple Watch, and all it tells me is you met your goal. It doesn't tell me how much REM. It doesn't tell me any of that kind of stuff. My goal is 7 hours. So, I don't know. I've just been better since I don't have that extra information, I guess. So yeah. I wanted to share that for some reason, because I just feel better. So I just keep saying so. All right, before we jump into too much stitching, I have one other thing, and my dear friend Amy from Sprinklestein Stitcher lost her beloved Grouchy, and Amy knows that I love her and I'm thinking about her. She was a huge person that reached out to me when my dad passed, and was going through some of the process with me. So I love you, Amy, and you're gonna miss him. That's all there is. And cry. It's fine. It's completely fine. But with that, I'm going to segue into some cross-stitching stuff, because that is what you're here for. I am sure everyone has been seeing the pop-up for Needlework Expo. I have been taking screenshots and making a list-ish. I need to get better because my cross-stitching supplies are overfloweth, but I also don't want to lose track of ones that I fell in love with. So I've already sent a couple screenshots to Pumpkin Creek Prem so that she can like be on the radar for them. And everybody support your local needle workshop, or find yourself an online shop that can help you with that. So one other thing, so we're gonna move on into finishes. I do not have any finishes for you this week, but I am going to insert 2 pictures here of One Nation that was finished by Cameron. So here we go. I love how she finished them. I just love it. I think she did an amazing job. Well, she sent it off, but it's an amazing job. I love how it's finished. I don't think I want my One Nation finished that way, but it definitely has inspired me on a couple of the pieces that I kind of like have been putting off, and they've been finished for quite a while, of how I want to go ahead and just jump in and do that. So thank you, Cameron, for sharing. And anyone else that wants to share their One Nation, shoot me an email at janetjabber@gmail.com, and I will share it on here because everybody misses and loved the One Nations. So let's jump into my stitching. What have I been doing whip-wise? So my queen, which all of you love, I am going to sorely disappoint you after this week. Next week you'll have another update, but I'll explain. Let's show you where I'm at, and then I'll explain. My Mirabilia Winter Queen stitched on Color and Cotton Morning Mist. And this is where she's at. She looks beautiful. She's coming along. She has got a wicked lot of white stitching. Whew. I'll stitch a bunch of it and then be like, oh, I need to go find some blue. All right, why am I going to disappoint you? My queens for this year are slated for me to stitch them in the seasons they are. So I've got 1 more week of stitching this, and then it goes away until December, because spring is March. So you will still see a mirror, but it'll be another one. And we'll see what full 3 months. I literally only stitch about 30 minutes a day on that, and that is how far I've came. I'm super excited about it. But if I don't finish it this year, I'm not upset about that. I know it's going to turn into 2022 finishing, and I'm okay with that. What an amazing feat it would be to finish 4 or 5 mirrors in 1 year, because I worked so hard in 2021 at getting them accomplished. I don't know. So I will show it again next week so we can see the progress before I put it away, and then it will come back out in December for my 30 minutes a day. And it's just how I plan to do it anyway. So my next one I stitch on, I try to put in 100 stitches a day on Magic Study. This is my Haid. I am still in this little tiny corner up here. I'm at like 1 1/4, something like that. Over 5,000 and some stitches. And this is where I'm at. This is on a 25 count easy grid. I truly, truly love stitching on this with the pattern keeper. I love it. Love it. So that's where I'm at on that. I haven't even done that stitching today. I came at you guys first. So, all right, some other stuff. This is a new start, and it was a new start that was planned for a while, and I kind of procrastinated about starting it, but it was called on my Whip Go. So for my Whip Go, I dedicated 5 days, and this is where I got with the 5 days on Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitchy. And this is where I'm at. Almost all the big words at the top done. And this is I don't have my card out. Oh, I want to tell you what that fabric is, because check out that fabric. That's a Be Stitch Me fabric. Let me look real quick, sorry. It's not a Be Stitch Me fabric. Oh my gosh. It's a Silk Weaver, 18 count Ada, and it was a one hit dye thing. So anyway, that actually will go away for right now because we're gearing up for some other stuff. But it'll come out again because it is another square on my Whip Go, which I'm excited to see what Whip Go is this coming Saturday? Saturday is when Whip Go is called, hopefully. So we'll find out where I'm going in March. So my next one you haven't seen for a while, but my next 2 pieces, my color conversions are inspired by my Life with Miss Sassy. I will tell you, she reached out to me, and I think I've already mentioned this before, but hopefully she comes back to our world and gives us updates, because she's a beautiful stitcher. I am talking about my heartstring sampleries, Baby It's Cold Outside. And I am doing the Life of Miss Sassy's conversion, which is a blue. And this is where I'm at on it. This is stitched on a 28 count Monaco that IT coffee dyed and stained. And this literally, I feel like when I stitch on it, I feel like I'm stitching on my grandpa's shop rag. And it's really very pleasant for me to when I see that. So I kind of jumped on other people's bandwagons of snow days, and we've just had snowy snuff, but then I didn't stick to it. So I don't know. It's gonna stay probably a snow day thing, but from what I hear, it may not have any love in the near future because I read somewhere that March is gonna be seasonably warm for everywhere. So I don't know. All right. If you remember my winter ABCs that hung here, that I did not like the coloring on, I'll show you that I did not like the coloring on version. And all of this is where it was hot glued on. So I've had people ask, why is it on there? Can't see the letters. Yeah. So this is where I'm at on the new one. The alphabet is completely done. And then I pop this out. So this is the last month of February. I'm gonna focus on this a little bit more and we'll see if I can get this knocked out. And that would be awesome because it'd be a refinish of an old finish or whatever. So that's my stitching. That is my stitching. So if you want to piece out, that's fine. If you're not wanting to look at my tiny bit of haul, but I will tell you at the very end of this, I'm talking about my plans for March Madness. And so I have more cross stitching to show of how my bracket's going to work. But so my haul is super, super tiny. So I'm just going to dive in and get through this. Not through it, but I love my haul. And I love seeing people's hauls because I take screenshots. But again, with Pumpkin Creek Prim, I was looking to see what her sticker said. Her sticker says Pumpkin Squad. I'm a Pumpkin Squad member. Of course, it's not shocking to anybody, or at least not to her, she giggled. But the little stitchers, I got the Arctic Animals, and then Winter Animals 1 and 2. I love those little guys. I don't know if I'm going to get that fabric. I kind of like that fabric, but what is it called? See the dots in it? It'd make it super easy to decide what I was stitching on, wouldn't it? I may have to just, Bobby, if you're watching, I'm going to probably have to get that. The next thing I got is something that Bobby makes, and I was like, I ordered this in the middle of the snowstorm, and I was like, Bobby, I don't need it right now. It's just the only one you had in there. So she makes these. And this does not do it justice, and there's a glare, but this is a thread drop. I absolutely love it. The coloring, the print, oh my gosh, I wish you could see that. She even tried to show it. It is so crystal clear. The blue eyes are so vibrant. I just loved it. And of course with Bobby, she always sends a little bit of goodies. So thank you, Bobby. So that's my haul. The only other thing I have is my fabric of the month for February. So I'm sure everybody's got it by now, but if they haven't, look away if you've not received your Be Stitch Me fabric of the month. The only thing I will say about it so that you don't have to see it is that it's called Sand Dollar. This is what it looks like. Love it. I get a 16 count. I've changed it up on there. So you can look again. I'm done showing it. So I get a 16 count of that because I've changed. I've gone from 32 to 18 to 16, and Brandy puts up with me. Two other things I want to show you is I got a couple cards in the mail. Charlene sent me a beautiful little card. Signed Charlene and Morgan. Thank you. And Connie, who won a giveaway recently, sent me a Valentine's card of this cute little frog. This is so cute. I believe Connie just got or has been working with a Cricut, which y'all know I have, and y'all know I haven't been working on it. I will. All right, that is that. what I have now for you is March Madness planning. I'm so excited about this. I know that I will struggle. That's kind of what March Madness is, because not only will I have my Whip Go pieces, I will have, you know, I'm in the Daily 30 group, which is a closed group, and I don't mention it much, but at the beginning of every month, we have the zombie run, so each of those pieces have to have time put in it. So, well, you're tired of hearing about that. Let's see the stitching. All right, if you are not familiar with March Madness bracket, it is brought to you by the Steel City Stitchers, and it looks like this, and mine is filled in. And the way I choose to do this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then of course these feed into that one, and that'll be day 9. These feed into that one, that's day 10. Feed in 11, 12. Those two feed in 13, 14, and then I get an answer by the 15th of what one I'm going to be working on. I hope that makes sense. If not, maybe I'll put this bracket up on my Instagram. If you do not follow me on Instagram, I understand not everybody wants extra social medias, but how I do my March Madness is, like on day 1, I am going to stitch on acceptance, and I will show it to you. We'll see how that went. Acceptance, it's by Bendy Stitchy, it's called Acceptance. It was a chart put out for Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's. And this is where I'm at. So that'll be day 1. And on day 2, oops, you're gonna hear noises, sorry. On day 2, I'm going to stitch Hedgehog House by Lindy Stitchy from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. This will be a new start. So these two will go against each other on an Instagram poll, and then you will vote, and that will determine which one moves forward. That's how my bracket's gonna work. My next one on the 3rd is Knee High. You're gonna hear some noises because I didn't get all these out. And this is where Knee High is. And it is going against, I won't put them back for you so you don't have to hear that noise. And it is going against Eagle Manor. I'm looking over there because I have the piece of paper with the page numbers. Eagle Manor, again, Lindy Stitchies. You're gonna see a theme. I'm doing every one of these seasonal ones because it was on my list, and this is gonna be a way for me to at least get them started. And then that will, whichever one of those two will move forward, that will be on my Instagram poll. Then, my next one is my gnomes that you've seen this year already. And this is where it's at. And they are going against Vulture Villa. This is what Vulture Villa looks like. Oh, it's so cute. I've been so wanting to start these, and it's one of those things. And it makes me get into my magazines, so kind of excited. I am really excited, actually. And the last whip, which is a pathetic whip, is a heartstring sampler, Coffee Quaker, which I like to call Tea Quaker because I'm going to redo it. And this is all I have done. That's it. So, and that one is going against Polar Bear Adobe, page, oh, right to it. And that one's going against that one. So I am super excited about those. And then they'll progress, and we'll figure out which one from the 15th on I work on. So I hope that made sense. And I hope my splice wasn't terribly, but I showed the chart. Sorry about that. So that is what I have. Plans coming up. You, again, will see one more shot of my Winter Queen, and then I will be pulling out Spring Queen, which I'm excited about. And we'll go from there. So I think that's all I've got. I'm looking around. I got to get the stuff ready for that March Madness, so I'll be doing that this week also. Other than that on the agenda, on a personal agenda, I am being a good girl, and tomorrow is my mammogram. So as much as I don't know, I slack on taking care of those things, but I called and scheduled it. So I think I have figured out the key is to schedule the next appointment before I leave there, if that's possible. So anyway, I'm rambling. So I love you guys. I love you. Keep stitching. Enjoy life. And I'm sending you so much love. Bye.